Hey everyone, MKM here. Got like just a little bit under 2 hours left for hero coaching, and I'm still debating on who I want to select. I've been going through a list of heroes out of the selection and from the first one and the second one, and I came across a few heroes that currently should be good for the meta as support heroes, and I just wanted to run past. I know a bunch of people put out their videos in the community, but nobody really touched on these heroes specifically. So I just wanted to highlight them in case maybe next hero coaching. You guys might want to consider some of these heroes. So the first one up is Red Hood. Um, so again, she's very weak. Um, Stats are abysmal, but her minions, if you see on her card at the bottom, um, the minion protects the owner from mana reduction. So she summons this kind of very weak minion at this point. That is going to recover 10 health each turn, but it also protects you from mana reduction, which is very good against Fergus and a lot of the heroes that suck mana out of the heroes, which is a very viable strategy and seems to what a lot of the meta defenses have been running with Fergus and the German name, the blue one that came out in the last year's Black Friday event. So that's one person to consider. Next one is Amos. Amos for me is a personal selection simply because for very fast wards, he reflects red. You can pair him with um, Ot or one of the other status protects your statuses from being dispelled. So you can run him with someone else and you can beat out Bernadette in very fast wars. You can also do that, use him to counter Ceres, who's running as a common tank in top 50, where you can reflect his ability back onto the enemy team and generate advantage. He's a slow hero, but with his costumes and if you can find a strategy to speed him up, not a bad selection to take. Next one is Sif. Specifically, I looking at Sif a while back. I've never had a chance to level her. It's just hard for me to now try to think about putting resources into her. But what I love about her card is simply increase the mana of nearby allies. So you can put Sif and Cleopatra as your two supporting yellows on a team, and you should be able to beat out most offensive geared defenses with just those two and one other hero. Um, really like Sif. Really debating because if I don't use something like hero coaching to level up the initial costume, the original hero, I'm probably never leveling the costume. So I'm really debating on that. Hidden gem, um, Mortimer. Um, if you notice, a lot of the heroes that are coming out now that are very relevant, they silence. And one of the strategies that you need to take down Bernadette is you need heroes that can mindless her, silence her, or you have to use status, dancing, or other skills on your side to prevent your team from, falling under the curse painting. And Mortimer checks that. Also, the common trend is to silence on defense. And Mortimer also checks that. So he's somebody I think a lot of people should consider. from the Beach family. I know the event is current right now. Wish he would have got a costume. Would have made his stats a little bit more relevant, and I think he would have been highlighted a little bit more if that was the case. You can pair Mortimer with the bard Belladonna, that prevents your statuses from being dispelled, and you can combine him and generate advantage. Unfortunately, his damage is really, really, really weak. So, just take it with a grain of salt. You could probably run it with 401, use him to kind of silence three on one side of the board and try to focus your offense on the other side and take them out. Um, you know, many different ways that you can do that and play with him. And another honorable mention hero is Ilmarin. Il, I saw on a lot of people running him in the Alliance Quest, where they're using him for the legendary for the Soul Connected ability. It is a a good strategy. I have the latest one, Cinderella, that does the same thing, and she's fast, and I have mine's at 370. So I thought about this one, but I am going to pass. I think ultimately, at the end of this video, I'll post the video of who I'm selecting, but I think I'm more or less leaning towards. I don't think I have her here. Oh, I missed a few. Sorry. Um, Zycon. Again, very weak. However, Zycon also allows your buffs to not be dispelled. Now you can pair Zycon with what's her name from the Alliance, Thassalasa. I'm probably butchering her name, but you can pair her with him. Their speeds are comparable, and you can run them in a pair tandem where he's giving you boosted health. She's also giving you boosted health, so you have two ways to boost health. And even if you get the abilities off early, you can just boost the health of your heroes or heal them back up. But she will give you status immunity, and he will protect the status immunity. So if you run into that Bernadette, again, the combination of those two heroes will prevent your heroes from turning into those cursed painting and the defense generating that advantage on you. So that's a strategy as well. It's a hero that I didn't see a lot of people use when he was a brand new hero, or at least was still relevant. But it's somebody that I think definitely you guys should consider if you have Tassalasa with her costume and everything else. You can use those two unique heroes, and then you can go with another, three of a different element and try to generate your advantage this way. That way, if you get your blue tiles, you're set, and these guys will protect you from that cursed painting, which will allow you then to set up your offense and get your battle off that way. Another person is Ebba. Ebba is a Monster Family hero, one of the original batches. Um, Slow, however, we're looking at her the second part of her ability all the way at the bottom, which I had to search for. All hit targets cannot cast any new status effects on enemies or allies for 4 turns, which means for very fast wars specifically, because I think she's slow, Bernadette is slow. Bernadette is going to beat you to the punch with this one, but in very fast wars, you're going to be able to kind of, if you get your tiles first, you can hit her with this. She can't cast her curse painting on your team, and then you have enough time to set up, because 4 turns you can just run tiles into her. Her offense is very weak, and then by then you generate your advantage, you blast the team, and you're good to go. So Ebba is somebody that if you're struggling very fast wars, I would definitely recommend that you level. And the last hero is Francine. Um, some of the current meta right now, you need good green heroes. And with Ot, you can use this. You can use it again with her regular form. Is it a regular form? Yes, with her regular form, and prevent this cleansing at the end of each turn to get rid of bleed and all those annoying effects from mega minions, right? And then her costume is already has it preset that it can't be dispelled. These will help you against the toxic from the current season event. Um, you know, burn damage, frost damage, things of that nature, where you're being cleansed every turn. So it's something to consider if you're struggling, where a lot of the newer heroes that are being released have those added effects. I know the season 4 heroes had the sand, or was that season 5? Had the passive that activates and gives you sand damage or some other status effect. So something to consider because it's something that can help your wins climb up a little bit. So those are the heroes here that I think should you guys should consider. Um, I'm also probably looking at season 1 heroes just because they're so old, and if you got the costumes again, you need at least costume 3. Um, Ideally costume 4 at this point, for them to be able to survive and do what you need them to do. But yeah, if I'm not picking season 1, I think my next person is probably going to be Cleopatra. I have her costume. Cleopatra has one of the biggest heal. Her normal form is already in cleric, so if you have the legendary troop that's a cleric, is going to add another 15%. So she essentially heals 75%, which means she can bust through mega fiends. She can destroy minions, sometimes 2 minions off of a hero in one casting. And she has that status immunity. So she cleanses and status immunity, which then blocks silence. And you're going to need a lot of support heroes that can protect your team against either silence or status effects, as the rest of the year goes out, because it just seems that that's this year's trend. So you need as many support units as possible that can help you in that regard. So um, I guess check out the rest of the video, see who I ended up picking. I'm still debating. So while I edit this and get it out, I'll make my selection and add it in. All right, best of luck to you guys. See you in the next video.